Like I said, we just had Robin 210 come. He's done a lot of time. Today, let's talk about the Koori boys. A week ago, there was a story I was going to tell about the Koori boys, and let's go. Double tap, share, and repost. Most people are don't know, yeah, because we don't see Kooris in the area. We don't see Aboriginal boys in the area. We don't see them. So you guys must think the average person is only a few. The system is run by the Koori boys, yeah? Not all jails, but there's not one Nasho that has on lock as many jails as they do. And that's facts, okay? We're gonna speak facts. Yes, there's some jails Lebos run. There's some jails the Polynesians run. But overall, you've got a massive handful of jails, country jails, that the Aboriginal boys run, and they've got numbers and they've got big names among them too. With the Koori boys, the Aboriginal boys, they're ruthless, yeah? They're ruthless. We've got names like Uncle Nighty, which, man, I can't, what he has done, listen, there's levels to this, yeah? Yeah, we've all ran blades in there. Yeah, we've all done Breville people and tuna cans and everything else, yeah? But there's some people, like Uncle Nighty, that have done things inside a prison that are too horrendous for me to talk about here in detail. I'll give an example. I can't go into it, but Uncle Nighty, very quiet guy, big name in prison. He unalived someone in a cell, and it wasn't enough just unaliving him. It wasn't enough. He actually, see there, right off. You know the saying, cut the snake's head off? You know that saying? That's exactly what he did, and then tried to shove it down a toilet bowl. His celly. Then he tried to shove it down a toilet bowl. This is what I'm talking about. Big Koori names out there, yeah? Big Aboriginal names out there, like Uncle Nighty. Yes, these aren't rumors, they're not facts. I used to say I was in the yard at Goulburn, Lebaya. The Koori boys were next to us, yeah? I used to see Uncle Nighty, very quiet guy. The yard respected him, but just very quiet, serious guy. There's levels to this, yeah? Big names, massive names, but that's what I'm saying. And then when you add that with the numbers, the Koori boys are a force to be reckoned with. Facts. If you got dramas with the Koori boys inside, you got issues. You got big issues, yeah? But at the same time, we got Sydney jails, which aren't run by Koori boys. They're run by Lebo boys, Polynesian boys, the Asians. You know what I mean? That's a city. That's here, the area. You know what I mean? We're talking MRR, we're talking Park Lee, we're talking, you know, they still got numbers, don't get me wrong. But this is the issue. If you want to start jumping Koori boys in Sydney jails, you are going to end up, you are going to end up at Wellington. I'm going to tell you a story about Wellington. A good mate of mine just got out recently. AG, shout out to my dear brother, my good brother AG, the king of Glebe. The king of Glebe. He got out from Wellington jail. You know what he told me? People were bailing, and for those who don't know what bailing is, I'm going to explain it, yeah? Hey, someone mod for me, because I'm not watching the comments. I don't know if anyone's trying to be, you know? Bailing means protection. Where they bail, they go to the boneyard. The boneyard is protective custody. When you're scared, and you go to protection. You go to the screws and you say, Chief, how you going? Yeah, we go, you want outside? Want outside? Want outside?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I had one already today.
It's on me.
Sure?
Hey, Make it aside on me. She knows your order. All good, all good. Anyway, protective custody. People were bailing to protective custody with the Koori boys weren't even saying a word to him. AG told me, he goes, bruh, he goes, I went to Edjo, I came back, 5 people had bailed. The Koori boys came to AG and said, bruh, we done nothing, bruh. That's how intimidating in Wellington the Koori boys are. Yeah? It's numbers, and they are ruthless. Especially, it's picture yourself, you're from Sydney, the area, you're getting locked up now. You never even knew that many Aboriginal boys existed. That's how we are, because we're ignorant. We're from the city, we're from Sydney. But when you get locked up and you go to Kempsey and you go to Wellington, or you go to Cessnock, or you go to Lithgow, or you go to Bathurst, you say, whoa, yeah, and they're about it. They grew up. They didn't grow up in the suburbs, and they grew up from the gritty streets or inland, back of Burke. I got a good brother of mine, Gabbo. Shout out to Gabbo, Aboriginal brother. He's from the back of Burke. He told me a story when he first came to Sydney. This was my 5'8" at Long Bay Jail. There's different type of Koori boys. There's the city boys, yeah, and they're more like us. Then there's the inland Aboriginals. Then you've got the coasties, the ones on the coast, yeah. But for me, the ones from the inland, the Aboriginal boys from inland, bruh. Thank you, my brother Jane Jarrett. Vesta Fernanda, yes. A lot of big names. This is the thing with the Koori boys, yeah? There's a lot of big names out there. I can go on forever. Pete Buchanan, Vesta, Dougie, man, Basta, you name it. The list, Noiri, but the list goes on, and these are all guys that are straight unalivers. Phil Jarrett, man, Kia ora. Okay, so now let's get into it more. There's the Koori boys inland, but I haven't started. There's Grafton, there's Junee. When you're in a jail, yeah, and you get 5-10 people at once just bail, you know what they're bailing from? I'll tell you what they're bailing from. They're that intimidated. They're that intimidated by the Koori boys when they go to a country jail, yeah? When they go to a country jail, they're that intimidated when they walk into the unit and all they see is boom. Huh? And you're gonna remember something, these boys are rough. They grew in they come up in the desert inland. When we say back of Burke, they're ruthless. Bathurst. If you make enemies with the Koori boys, bruh, that's why I'm saying back in the 90s, and I'm sure Robin 210 will say the same thing, yeah? Lithgow Jail was dominated by the Koori boys, yeah? So if there was a few Lebo boys there, you can count them on one hand, hats off to them. If there was any Polynesian boys there, hats off to them. But you don't know until you're in that jail. When I went to Lithgow Jail, I'm going to tell a story that I've told. Maybe most of you haven't heard it. I got done when I got stabbed at MAA in Pod 9. Okay? I refused to go to the hospital. It was a targeted hit. They went to take me out first. I didn't know the extent of this. Triggs told the story. Triggs was there in the cell, but he wasn't there the next morning when it kicked off, yeah? He wasn't there the next morning when it kicked off. Hey, the syndicate, did you post that video, bro? The syndicate. Shout out to the syndicate. I'll speak to you later. Triggs told the story, which I had no idea of. Yeah. He said, yeah, Bill was running the unit there at the time. Montana, which I haven't heard that name in a long time. Triggs said it. That was ended up being one of my big enemies inside back then. He came from Goulburn and they wanted to attack the Lebos because he came from Goulburn and they obviously sent the message from there. Now that I know the backstory, the day before it was a targeted hit, Montana called all the Polynesian boys in the cell, said the first bloke you got to get is Bill. Why me? Because I was the main guy to run the ball up for the Lebo boys. I was the one that is a blade runner for the Lebo boys. So it makes sense. He allocated a few boys to attack me and to try and take me out first. And they did a good job at that, occupying me. Hey, it is what it is. I done the best I could. I had no blades, no nothing. With 4 guys with blades just trying to stab me in the face, which they did. So, and it was interesting for me hearing Triggs tell the story on the other side, yeah? Because me, on that morning, I woke up, the whole unit woke up. I had Jimmy Southwine next to me. He done 25 years straight. He came from Goulburn. And I'm having my breakfast. I walked to the phone like I normally do in the morning in jail. Made a phone call, and I remember noticing the Sicilian blackhand, I love ya. I remember noticing I was on the phone. I remember noticing a few of Montana. I remember noticing Montana and another few boys got close to me on the phone. And I'm on the phone. And you got to remember something. This has been our unit, the Lebo boys. Like, there was a lot of us there. And again, I was I was the main guy that was doing that. So, and I noticed they got close to me, but they seen I seen it. So they backed off. So I cut my phone call in half and I went. Jimmy was on the table tennis and I was still in thongs. I was still in my pajamas. We all just woke up. Half the Lebo boys were still in the cells. All of a sudden, I noticed this. Polynesian boys coming from next door, knocking on the door, and the screws are letting them in. The screws were letting them in. I remember, hey, my eyes don't lie. All of a sudden, we had quadrupled the numbers that we had. Because the unit we had it on lock. The screws let from there, the screws let from there. They packed the unit out. Now I'm thinking, hold on a second, how come so many? You're not allowed to do that. Maybe one person they'll let in, sneak in, but not that many boys. I thought maybe the Polynesian boys are doing church or something. I didn't think much of it. But when they got close to me on the phone, I cut my phone call in half and I went and kicked back on the table and I'm having my breakfast and I'm thinking, you got to remember now, I'm still 19 years old. I was 20 years old, 20. Triggs would have been just turned 18. Yeah? I'm older than him. I'm having breakfast. He had gone to court that day. He said he wasn't there, but he was locked. He had come just as it was going to kick off and he was behind. When they let you in MRR, they open the main door, solid door, then you go in the bars until the screws come let you in the unit. And it's just bars. You're practically in the unit, but they got to open the gate. Triggs was behind that gate, that's what he said. So, this is what baffled me. When Triggs said the story, at first I'm like, how did he know? I don't remember him, he was younger. But I've never told anyone on here what time, what pod it was in. I never ever mentioned pod 9. He mentioned pod 9. He mentioned what year. He's got a memory on him. He's got a memory on him. I go back, now I'm like, after that, if I ever noticed anything, I'm arming up instantly in the time. I was still a bit green, yeah? Having my breakfast, I took a few bites and all of a sudden, the first blade came from here. Boom, straight on my head here. There. Second one, straight there. Third one, you can still see the dimple after all them banging my face there. Fourth one, banging my face there, the scar there. My beard doesn't grow properly. Straight in my face. 4 of them. Bang, 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 digging in my face. I dropped my milk. This is what I remember. you got to understand something. In that time, it's all a rush now. It's fight or flight. I just get up, swinging. Half our boys are still in the cell. As I'm swinging, I cop so many blades to the hand because my hands are out and they're just trying to get me, my shoulders and that. I remember before, all of a sudden, one bigger bloke just fell on top of me. Straight on top, and I ended up on the ground. And I'm trying to get up and he's trying to dig into my face and my neck. But this is now where you're fighting for your life when you find out who you are. This incident here is what made, this is why I done my time hard after this, and I ended up in doing so much segro and getting charges and jail stabbing charges and outside charges and more time and the STG and the gang units, and I ended up at Goulburn. This is what made me do hard time. This incident here is what made my heart go black, and I got dragged into jail politics because after that I went on a mad stabbing run for how many years, and I got my get back. So I'm trying to get up, he's digging in my face, and I've still got, my legs are exposed, I'm laying down, and everyone else is trying to stab me on my legs. I'm very fortunate that the ones in my face were toothbrushes, I think except for this one here, it's a spike because the hole's still there. 50 cent baby, straight in the eye, I got a dimple on my cheek, it's all good. The syndicate. Anyway, I'm trying to get up and he's pushing down. We ended up where you don't want to be. The momentum of him pushing down on me, I'm trying to get up and he's trying to get me, I'm holding his hands. We end up in the cell. All of a sudden, it goes dark, door closed. That's not where you want to be. Yeah? But I'm 20 years old, I've got how many boys on me? At the same time, I've got 4 boys on me. The rest of the Lebo boys are getting attacked. It was planned. It was, now that Trick said it, the day before, he wasn't involved, but he was there for the meeting the day before. This is what he said. And you know what? I enjoyed hearing the insight because I didn't know, you know? It is what it is. Back then. It was tit for tat. It was tit for tat. Anyway, I got my get back. That's definite after that. So simultaneous. The first bloke to get attacked was me. Like he said in the cell, they wanted to get me. I was the main blade runner for the boys. Don't show your face. I just gave you all the money I have. You want a hug? Come. Go. Yalla. Stay away from screen. Stay away from screen. Hello, I'm finished. You can tell me. So, I'm in the cell now. I'm fighting for my life. I've got 4 guys in the cell, shanking me in my legs. I've still got all spike marks in my legs. Here. I see them when I think. They're just all spike marks in my legs. Anyway, I'm now fighting for my life in the cell. 4 guys. And I'm flat on my back trying to get up. He's trying to dig into my neck. I ended up taking it off him. When I took it off him, I end up just, that was enough. Listen, I would have been unalive. If that didn't happen, I would have been unalive. Yeah, I wouldn't have walked out of that cell. If I stayed on the floor for another couple of seconds, it was a matter of time. They made their way where my head is, and I would have got done. Bang, bang, bang. I got up, jumped on the bed, and just started swinging it. And just, they end up running out. Yeah? So, they end up running out. I got him a few times. I got the upper hand now, 4 guys. I jump on the bed and I'm swinging. They can see I got one in my hand. They run out, and I remember, you got to understand, I don't know I've been shanked now. I don't know I've been shanked. The adrenaline, I'm in the midst of it. I've just fought for my life. I could have got unalived in the cell. I could have got ragged. It would have been very bad. It's fight or flight. All of a sudden, I see light again. So the door opens and they're out, yeah? Because I'm just in survival mode, just trying to swing that blade and just go hard. I jump off the bed and I run outside. As I jump off the bed and I run outside, I don't realize my clothes have been torn off me. I'm just in my underwear. My clothes have been torn off me. I'm sitting in my underwear and I'm covered in blood. But what I see is, I see the boys now that were in the cell, We didn't get demolished. You can't say we got demolished. Look, Trick said the Lebanese boys got demolished that day. No, we didn't get demolished that day. We didn't get demolished that day. I got to correct that. We got snuggled. I got shanked because the focus was on me to take me out first. But when I come out of the cell, I'm going to say the name too, sorry my brother, I seen Mustafa Abbas running with a rice cooker in his hand, bang, straight over someone's head. I seen other boys chasing him. It took time to get the momentum around. It took time to get the momentum, and by then the squads ran in. I ran out of the door and I don't realise I've lost so much blood, and I couldn't see in front of me. All right. I don't realise what I'm stabbed. I don't know what I'm stabbed. All I remember is Shari Dubas, Mustafa Abbas coming up to me, checking me out, and we couldn't see because I was covered. Anyway, squad come in, boom, yeah. It was a good one. We got snuggled, all good. We go, they took me clinic. They go, you got to go hospital. I go, I'm not going hospital. Within an hour, I was back in the unit. I go, I'm not going hospital. I was mad. I was angry. You got to understand, I'm 20 years old. I don't care. There's no light at the end of the tunnel for me. It's my life now. I want my get back. So what they did was, they got super glue. They go, yeah, all right. You're stubborn. I go, yeah. Give me I was going off. They got super glue, a special super glue, and I know it's a super glue because it took like 2 weeks. And I remember it peel off, and my hair would peel off with it. So they got the wounds, they opened it, cleaned it, put the super glue, and they held it together, and it closed. And they done that over my body. I went back to the unit. The unit was locked down. Unit was locked down for a bit. I'm waiting for let go now. Waiting for let go. They've taken the main people that they seen attack, yeah? I'm waiting for let go, waiting to see when we get out who's left, yeah? We end up getting out. Not long later, I'll get my get back, bang, bang, bang. I get taken to Lithgow jail. Shout out to the Bogan Reaver. I love you, my bro. I get taken to Lithgow jail, okay? The syndicate. I get taken to Lithgow jail. I've never been to Lithgow jail. I've heard of Lithgow jail. I know it's Koori boys, yeah? At that time, we were good with the Koori boys. We've always been good with the Koori boys. I get there, me, someone named Bashara, and I'm not going to say the third bloke's name, just out of respect for him because he's got a big name, but I'm not gonna say his name, okay? All three of us go on the truck, therapy, yeah? I do my segro, bang, Lithgow. I get to Lithgow, I'm there for 1 week, and I notice seeing Montana, the guy that came from Goulburn, that grabbed everyone in the cell to plan the attack on us. I seen Montana's nephew. I got wind, I got message, that is Montana's nephew. I freaked because the Polynesian boys weren't allowed in Lithgow. They'd get got. This guy had just made it under the radar, had his head down like a good kid. He made it. I go to the head of the Koori boys at that time. And I tell him, he goes, but yeah, what do you want us to do? I go, he goes, I'll give you the green light, go hard. He goes, but we're not getting involved. I go, I need the tools, this and that. He goes, done. I come to realise that we go over at Lithgow jail back then, the whole jail, which is insane. That was an experience. Yeah, that was an experience. The whole jail, and this doesn't happen. They usually let out 1 unit, 2 units, and you go oval. At Lithgow back then, the whole prison, every unit used to get open, the back yards, and everyone used to go out. The whole jail, Lithgow jail is big, and we're talking hundreds and hundreds of people. They go, Bill, everyone goes out together, you'll get your chance. Bow. Came, morning, every gate's open. Me, you gotta remember, there's only 3 Lebo boys. We all come together in the whole jail. I've spoken to the head, who I thought was the head at the time, which he was, but there's one thing I didn't realize. Lithgow was split into two heads. One was my guy, shout out to the syndicate. The second one was Buster. And we all know, those who know who Buster is. One of the main heads for the Aboriginal boys, a mean guy, yeah? We go over, I jump on the field playing footy with the Koori boys. I've never till today played a game like I did that day with the Koori boys. They're fast, they're passionate. It was a very fast-paced game, and I remember a few of the Koori boys, they're very, like, you gotta understand, these guys come from the country. They're very rough, and the whole jail is on the oval, and it's a blackout, baby. Mean boys, big boys. So I'm playing with them, only Lebo, and I remember the other two Lebo boys go, don't jump on. Unless something will happen, we'll kick off, bro. We're gone. I jumped on, and it was a fast-paced game, and I couldn't keep up. That's how quick these Koori boys are. I jump off, my timing's right, I jump off, I go, do what I gotta do. Yeah? I do star jumps, yeah? Whatever, okay? I go do some push-ups. Done. It gets done, and it gets done good. All of a sudden, people see it, alert the screws, squad comes running in. This guy gets airlifted. Montana's nephew got airlifted at a Lithgow jail. The whole jail is locked down. The whole jail is locked down on the oval. All Koori boys. Yeah? This guy's out on a stretcher. Helicopter. I'm mad. There was no remorse. Yeah, I had been got. We got snug goat, so the gloves are off, yeah? This is the game you play inside of prison? Hey. He pulled that move, and he was a Blade Runner Montana. Whatever. But now your name's in the mix, and my name's in the mix too now. Yeah? Wherever I go, it's on. Wherever he goes, it's on. And that's how it works. This is why when people say they done time, what, bruh, we were there in the wars, in the racial wars, in the middle of the wars, yeah? Where we got the battle scars. And bruh, a lot of Segro time, Supermax, STG, and end of the road. This guy gets airlifted, yeah? The whole jail's locked down on the oval, and I hear whispers, who done it? All of a sudden, Buster is in front of me. And for those who don't know who Buster is, Buster doesn't like Lebos, yeah? Years earlier, they jumped the Lebos that were there. Buster doesn't like Lebos. He's a mean guy, big name in prison, scary looking guy. I'm 20 years old. All of a sudden, Buster's in front of me with half the oval behind him. It's me, Bashara, and one of the boys, yeah? I'm gonna say the name. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna leave him out. One of the boys, yeah? All of a sudden, Buster's in front of me, and he's a scary looking guy, yeah? I've never been to a Koori jail like that before. Like, wow, we're on over with a few hundred Aboriginal boys. They're insulted that had someone come to their jail and do something like that and lock it down. He goes, who gave you the green light to do something in my jail? And I'll never forget, he stood like this. He stood like that in front of me. Like leg like that. And I knew this guy's throwing a punch at me, yeah? I've not intentionally to show him I want to punch on. I can't be silly about it. I don't care who you are. He had half the Koori boys behind him. I never knew at the time that the jail was split between the guy that gave me the green light was a lifer. Half the jail was split with him, Koori boys. The other half was Buster's crew. Buster's one leg like that and staring me out like, who gave you the green light to do something in my jail? I'm like, oh my God. The two boys and me, we're gonna get shot. All I remember thinking was this, and I'm gonna be honest with this, yeah? I'm not here, I knocked him out, and I went boom, Brother, we're talking, a few hundred Koori boys, yeah? And they're all, I remember thinking, Bill, stay in it as long as you can. It will kick off, but don't get dropped, because if you get on the ground, you're gonna get stomped. There's too many of them and they're ruthless. Stay in it as long as you can until the squad come and break it up. That was my intention. And I'm being straight out. I was thinking of the boys next to me, so I slowly shifted to the side. I'm not an idiot. I'm not green no more. I've been jumped in prison. I've been stabbed in prison. I'm not going to stand square, and I knew he was going to throw at me. I had just found out that's Buster, and I knew Buster didn't like Lebos. So I slowly shifted to the side. I got my stance right, and I didn't say a word. And I'm just waiting for it, and I said, as soon as this guy throws, I'm just going to start throwing for my life, and I need to stay in this until the squad come and break it up. We had no chance of winning. As I seen, you know when you know in someone's eyes, I've done a lot of times, yeah. I go bang, ready as I'm talking to him, and I just boom, drop him, or just a left hook or just an elbow, yeah. It's prison, okay. I knew it. As he was about to flinch and throw at me, the guy that gave me the green light, I'll never forget, bruh, this guy saved our lives, steps in. I'll never forget him. I can't remember his name. He used to wear 40 socks up to here every single day, lift them up. From let go in the morning, all he used to do is jog in the yard. Never talk to no one. He was a lifer, and he was one of the heads at Lifka. I never knew it was split. This guy was a machine. He stood in front of me and he's put his arm in front of me like that, and he stood in front of me and he goes, I gave him the green light. His pride kicked in. I was blessed for his pride to kick in. The Aboriginal boys, there's something about them, they're very prideful. They take pride in sports, they take pride in footy, in being fast, in boxing, and here. Because he gave the green light, and he's a head, he's gonna look like he's got pull. So he's put his arm beside me, and he's gone, I gave him the green light. Now we've got half the jail behind Buster, half the jail behind us, baby. I remember me, I'm like, yeah, baby, let's go. Now I'm in. Let's go. I didn't want it to kick off. Bruh, that's a dangerous situation. But at least now, it's not half the jail against three of us. Shout out to the syndicate. Stood in front of him, I'll never forget, Buster stares me, doesn't look at him, looks straight at me, and his hand's still like that. And he's looking at me. Now I squared up. I've got a bit. He's looked at me. And he goes, shout out to the syndicate, baby. And he's looked at me, and he's just turned around, and all the other Koori boys just walked off with him. Squad come, go, lock us, everyone straight to their cell. We were there another week. We had court. I had court, all of us. We're not sentenced. Lithgow prison back then was a sentence jail. We weren't meant to be there. The screws sent us there as therapy for the stabbing I did in MRR. So 1 week, lockdown, we left. We went back to escort to Sydney. I got sentenced, 12-year sentence, and I went to Goulburn. I found out they were locked in another 1 week. 2 weeks. If I was still there in that jail after I locked down the whole jail for 2 weeks, the Koori boys would have got me. No one likes that. I just locked down the whole jail. And in their head, you gotta remember, the Lebos didn't have much numbers back then. We were coming up. They're like, who are these Lebos to come to our jail, Lithgow, and lock it down? It was a pride thing, you know? Buster would have ended up pulling the move on me. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about with the Koori boys. I end up getting sentenced and went to Goulburn. When Montana's nephew got, bruh, the letters I received, the messages on the phone, the syndicate, messages on the phone from Goulburn, everyone was absolutely cheering because we copped a big hit in MRR Pod 9 where I got stabbed. We got snuck go. Now I just got retaliation on who? Montana's nephew. I couldn't get him, but it's how it is. So now I got to Goulburn, Montana's there. He's one of the main for the Islander boys. And this is back then. These are the racial wars, yeah? These are the racial wars. We went at it back then. Later on, most of us become friends. We all end up in Supermax together, STG together, Segre, MPU together. We all realise, bruh, we're the same. This is why we're clashing, you know? I get to Goulburn, I remember seeing Montana airlifted his nephew. The boys, I get there hugging me. It's a big hit. We'd look at each other through the yard. He'd look at me burning, and I'll do this. Like smiling. That's my get back for his snug go on me, you know what I mean? But this is the geopolitics. This is the geopolitics that you get sucked into. Back then, everyone was, Koori boys were getting stabbed and jumped by the Vietnamese. Lebanese boys were getting got by the Polynesians. Polynesians were getting the Lebanese boys. It was on with everyone. It was on with everyone. It was just catch and get for years until they brought out Supermax, Gangs Unit, Task Force from outside the jail to come and stop us. These are days where there was no light at the end of the tunnel. No light at the end of the tunnel. The syndicate, shout out to the syndicate. And that's just how it was. The Koori boys were getting got at Park Lee a lot by the Vietnamese boys. The Vietnamese boys were ruthless. They were small, but they were blade runners. The Viet boys were very strong back then. We were close with the Viet boys. I was close with the Viet boys. I was locked up with dealer car sales. Yeah? He was younger than me. Okay? And he'll tell you, listen, it's not for me to toot my own horn, yeah? But he'll tell you, I get on the truck, me and him, to Kempsey jail. We were both spewing, we were at Kempsey. I got promised a C Classo after years, nearly a decade, and they lied to me after doing the VATP program. A couple of years STG. I get to Kempsey jail. I told my beast I'm refusing lock-in. I go, you go, I'm going to refuse lock-in. He goes, no way. He goes, I'm coming with ya. Shout out to Maui, Alamo. Shout out to Maui. I go, Mo Beast, dealer car sales. Halal Finance, shout out to dealer car sales. I go, Baba, he was younger than me. I had just come out of the gangs unit, and I couldn't have one of the younger boys refuse lock-in with me, because I would have ended up in Supermax or the gangs unit again. So I go, brother. He goes, Bill, I'm not staying in Kempsey. It's 7.5 hours away. He goes, brother, take me with you. I'll refuse with you. I go, brother, I love you, but if you do this with me, they're gonna say Bill's back to his gang mentality. Wherever he goes, look, he's influencing the younger boys to refuse lock-in with him. I go, brother, I'll be finished. They'll put me straight back to the STG, straight back, all Supermax. I forced my beast, dealer car sales. Shout out to Jap Evos. Shout out to Jap Evos. I go, my beast, dealer car sales. I got aggressive with him. I go, brother, go. And I pushed him. He was younger. I didn't want him to get into trouble, but I knew what would happen if the younger boy stood with me. My beast gets locked in. They called muster. I kept doing laps at the end of the yard. My beast is seeing this. My beast is out. Everyone knows.
Don't worry.
Everyone knows Carla.
One of these days you'll probably see us.
Everyone knows dealer car sales. You can ask him. They called muster. I forced my beast to go to muster. The screws come and go, hey muster. I went, I'm not going. They go, mate, it's muster. We just come off the truck from Sydney. I go, I'm not going. They go, yeah. They come back. They've done muster. Mo Beast, I forced him to go in. Mo Beast wanted to punch on with me to back me up and refuse lock-in. He was younger. I didn't want to give him trouble. The screws come, say, you're not getting locked in. I go, call your squad, bring it on. Squad come. My beast is looking through the window. He's seen the whole thing. The whole jail is still out doing muster, so the whole jail semi-refused locking. Squad come. They walk up, I just get to the jail, they call my name. They stood back and they let one of the squads were female. And she walked up to negotiate with me. I remember looking past her and I go, you weak little ogdays. You send the female in front of me to negotiate with me. Hey, get her back and you, the biggest one there. I go, you step to me, bro. He goes, it's like that. He goes, it's like that. What, you want to get aggressive? I go, I told you, I'm going to get locked in, bring it on. You just gonna ask my beast. They went and got a negotiator from outside the jail. You gotta remember now, I'm a big boy. I'm at my peak. Waist, like that, I was a tank. They got a negotiator from outside the jail. You can go ask dealer car sales to come negotiate with me. My mind was made up. I jumped through the hoops, the gangs unit. How many years? MPU Goulburn before that, 6 months straight. I finished it, got out, came out mentally gone. They go, do this program VATP to address your violence issues. 1 year straight of therapy, they go, you get your C. I did it and I graduated, and they lied to me, kept me maxed and sent me 7.5 hours away. So my thing was, yeah, let's go. Negotiator couldn't negotiate with me because my mind was set, and I'm a veteran now. I've done a decade in prison. Haskalachi, I've been gassed that many times because of Haskalachi every single week in the STG. We used to get gassed because of Hus kicking it off. So I know I'm a veteran in these wars with the squad. I knew now after the negotiator couldn't negotiate with me. I've taken my jumper off, I've wet it. I was in the corner with the toilets up, I've wet it. And in Kempsey jail, there was like a basin, just a stainless steel basin, stainless steel toilet. I've wet my jumper and I've wrapped it around my face, up to my eyes where I can just see. Getting ready, the squad come with the shields, they make a line and they start bombing me with gas. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, I knew now, I can't sustain just standing there copping the gas, being gassed. So I had to charge at him while I've got it in me. So I just ran straight at him. Boom, 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 it was on. Finally I get taken to Segra. I've been gassed now head to toe. For those who don't know, once you get gassed, within a few days after, all your skin on your body peels. You lose a layer. Yeah? Your insides of your nose peel. After a few days, the gas burns everything off. I haven't got my property. I get taken to Segro, my clothes are soaked in gas. I jump in the shower, I don't have soap, I'm trying to wash myself. It was a very bad night. Morning time comes, I'll never forget. Door opens. In Segro, there's 2 doors. There's a solid door and there's another door with bars. Because you're in segregation, normal prison cell has the 1 solid door. They do let go. Segregation, they don't know. 24-hour lockdown, they open the door to risk you might just attack them out of nowhere because you're by yourself, you can go crazy. So there's 2 doors. So they open the first solid door. I'm at the bars. Who's the head of security at Kempsey? I don't know. It was now governor of John Maroney, Windsor, Mr. Hodges. Everyone knows Mr. Hodges. He's now a governor. He was head of security at Kempsey, and he knew me from 8 years earlier in MWR running blades as a kid. I'm still in. So he knows I've come up in the system. I came in a kid, now I'm a man. So he knows my background well. And he knows Mr. Hodges, he's the governor now at John Maroney, knows how to deal with us boys. He goes, what are you doing here? Because what happened yesterday? I go, what am I doing here? I go, good question, what am I doing here? And I'm still angry. My eyes are red still. In the morning I've slept like that. He goes to the screw, open the door. He goes, put your hands out to cuff you. He goes, don't cuff him. He goes, open the door. This guy's a very smart man. Look at the way he dealt with me. He made it mutual. He knows I'm old school. I've done nearly a decade. He knows how to deal with us boys, yeah? He goes, as a governor, now at Windsor, 2 years ago I was there, he used to walk into the yard by himself, no screws around him. He says, unlock the door, and all the boys will run up and ask him, oh, I need this, I need visitor time. The screws and squad will run after him and say, no, no, no. He's a ballsy cunt, I've got to give it to him. He goes, follow me. Walk. Takes me to, takes me to next to Segro, where they charge you and they do this and that. It's like an office, and you plead guilty and they sat down. He goes, I just went over all your paperwork. He goes, you were in the gangs unit for 3 years. He goes, you're at Goulburn, yeah? You got done at Goulburn, something very bad, stabbing, this and that. He goes, then you were at MPU for 6 months. Then the gangs unit picked you up. You done 3 years there. Then you done VOTP, and you finished it. What are you doing here? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm coming towards the end of my time. I should be in a C classo. I've jumped through your hoops. He goes, look, I'm going to be straight out honest with you. He goes, you've been stitched up. I'm going to tell you why. One sec. Jump in quickly. I'm going to tell you why they done this therapy to me. I was at Long Bay Jail. I was at Long Bay Jail. I was at Long Bay Jail with Ferry. When me and Ferry first got there were no Lebo boys. Hey, my phone's gonna hook up, quick. There was no Lebo boys at Long Bay, the VOTP program. We started, more Lebo boys came, and we started using upstairs library for prayers. The syndicate, shout out to the syndicate. Come on, come on. We started using upstairs for prayers. Before you knew it, we had about 15 boys, and 5 times a day, we'd go upstairs for prayers. Me, Ferry, we had a few Koori boys, Muslim boys too. We had, who else was there? We had Hash Shaheen. We had a lot of boys. Before you know, it was about 15 of us upstairs praying. Me and Ferry had finished. And for those who don't know who that is, it's a monster name, yeah? He's still in. We got, the screws grabbed us and they said, you aren't allowed to pray upstairs no more. You want to pray, you're praying yourself. We go, hold on a second, why? We go, why? We go, everyone does church up there. Why can't we pray? They go, nah, there's too many of yous. They just wanted to put it on us. They go, if yous go up and pray, hey, we're warning yous. 12 o'clock came, prayer time. We all go upstairs. They're watching us on camera. Over 15 of us. This is why I went to Kempsey and all this happened. But I've graduated. I've got my certificate. Yeah? I've showed the pic before. I've already showed a pic before of that day when I had the certificate in my hand. 1 year program, intense, addressing your violence. So I'm waiting for my classo to go to a camp, like a C, minimum security, which is beautiful. No lock-in. You don't get locked in your cell. It's mad time. I've never experienced that before. We all go upstairs to pray in the library. We pray. As soon as we finish prayer, through the microphones, everyone immediately to their cell now. Out. All right. Screws come, locking everyone in. My cell was here, Ferry's cell was across from me. My buzzer goes off in my cell. Everyone's got an intercom in their cell. Yeah? My intercom goes off. Pack your stuff. you're on escort. I go, hey, I haven't been classoed yet. They go, pack your stuff, you're on escort. I call out to Ferry. He goes, Bill, they just buzzed me up. I go, me too. They tell you pack your stuff. He goes, yeah. Pack my stuff. I'm thinking, mad, I haven't done anything wrong, that bad. What did I do? Pray in the library? Come on, bruh. Pack my stuff, thinking they classoed me already. I'm just going to get my C and get me out of here. Where am I going? They didn't tell me. Kempsey was a new jail. Us boys from Sydney, we don't like to go to these far country jails because of our visits and, family. So I come to find out, I'm going to Kempsey. Maxo. Wow. That's what led up to me getting off the truck and refusing lock-in, getting gassed. So now, Mr. Hodges, head of security, Kempsey jail at the time. He goes, you graduated, why are you here? You're at the end of your time. And I told him about the prayer thing. He goes, Bill, they got you. He goes, they got you. He goes, well now, he goes, we've got a few Lebo boys here and no one likes to be here, Bill. He goes, we've got an issue. He goes, you're a big name in prison. All these boys know you're here. They've just seen what you did. If I tip you out of here, because that's why you've done this, he goes, within 24 hours, all the Lebo boys are going to refuse lock-in, saying, this is how you get out of Kempsey. He goes, you have just given them a blueprint for all the boys from Sydney when they go to Kempsey to how to get out of it. He goes, I can't tip you out of here. He goes, normally you'd be gone. I go, I'm not going back. I go, every time you put me back, I'm refusing lock-in. He goes, 1 second. He goes, listen, you know you're doing Segro. I go, yeah, all good. I'm good with that. He goes, but when you're done your Segro, he goes, I can't tip you. He goes, Bill, as soon as they find out you're gone, he goes, I promise you 24 hours, all the Lebo boys are going to refuse lock-in just to get tipped. He goes, what about this? Very smart man. He goes, 6 months here. And I guarantee you, I see Classo. I go, no one's getting me with that again. I go, nah, I'm not doing it. I've already jumped through your hoops. He goes, Bill, every time we let you out, you refuse. We're going to put you back in Segro. You're going to get back out, refuse. He goes, Bill, we cannot. He goes, I can't. He goes, the Lebo boys, I've seen you. This is the blueprint. They're going to sit next to you in Segro. Do you want that? I go, listen, this is a working jail. I don't work. I've never worked in jail before. I get sweeper where I can train. I was a big boy. I was close to getting out. So I wanted to keep my training routine, yeah? I got out a big boy. I wanted to keep my routine. Prison work is, you go to work at 6 a.m. you come back half an hour before lock-in. You lose your life. And what are you working for? The government already gives you like $20 a week. You end up getting $30 a week for 5 days a week work. He gets done. Is when yo,
How you going?
what you doing, my bro? He goes, done. When you finish, he goes, when you finish your Segro, he goes, I'll give you a sweeper's job. I give me a sweeper's job. He goes, 1 hour cell. I go, 1 hour cell? I'm starting to tip me now. Because every jail you go to, you got to go back to being 2 out.
Bro, can I get a photo?
Yeah, my bro. I go, you end up 2 out and you got to work. There's a working jail. Off the bat, he showed respect to me. He goes, oh, my bro.
Yeah.
That's a come, my bro.
Appreciate it.
Take it easy, bro.
Thank you.
So I do my time in Segro. They let me out. Back with Mo Beast. Dealer car sales. I love ya. I done my Segro time. They gave my property. I'm pushing the trolley, going to the unit. All the boys are waiting for me. As soon as I get to the unit, what are we doing? We refuse to lock in? I go, boys, if I refuse lock-in with yous, I'm going to Supermax. I'm the oldest here, I've done the most time. It's going to look like, again, I'm influencing the youth, starting a gang in prison. Boys, they've promised me I can or we can refuse. Every time, go to Segro and they let us back out. They're stubborn, they're not going to show the way out. They need to fill this jail up. They give me, I went 2 out with Mo Beast, dealer car sales, until there was one sweeper going home soon. And he had a 1 out. And I was happy, De La Casa, I was there, Mo Beast. I went 2 out Mo Beast for about a good couple of weeks, I would say. A month or something. Then they gave me the 1 out. I went 1 out, and my job was, every morning I had to get up at 6 a.m. and put a carton of milk in front of everyone's cell so they can go to work. I go back in my room, go back to sleep. Wake up, that's my job for the day. And I train all day, on the phone. 6 months I was there with Phil Jarrett. Phil Jarrett is passed away now. All Koori Joe, Koori boys, but mad Joe, yeah? The Lebanese boys get on good with the Koori boys. It was a mad Joe. I done my time there 6 months. 6 month mark came. They gave to me, trade you on escort. Don't start this again. Before Classo, I'm not going. Let's go. I want to speak to Mr. Hodges. Mr. Hodges comes down, he goes, Bill, chill. He goes, I know about this. He goes, you're going to Park Lee to get Classoed and get your seat. I go, hey. I go, I'm telling you, bro. He goes, listen. If I kept my word, I go, yeah. I guess I'm going Park Lee. It's back in Sydney. I go, yeah, let's go. I go to Park Lee. When I get to Park Lee, I was with Brownie. He was a very close brother of mine back then, Allah Hamel, and I got put in the same unit as Brownie. We went 2 out together. We were there. I was there for a few days, me and Brownie, and we caught up, we know each other. He used to visit me. Brownie used to visit me at Goulburn for about a year straight, every 2 weeks. He used to put money in my account every single week. He was good with the brothers inside, you know, he looked after a lot of brothers inside, and I was one of them that early on, he was out, he used to show me a lot of love. So, I'm with Brownie, 3 days waiting for my Classo. They come, they say, brother, what a noise. They go, you're on escort, go on my escort tour. They go, Cessnock. Shirt comes off, Brownie sick cunt. Straight with me, let's go. Squad come. I know the squad from Park Lee because STG was there. And only squad is allowed to run STG. The gangs unit, normal prison guards, don't run it. Squad run it. We're the most influential in the system, big names, boys that go on with it. So they get squad to run it. The squad, before STG moved to Lithgow, is the same squad that were there when I was there. So they knew me. They had like, the screws and squad, if you've just come in, they'll treat you like a punk. But boys with names that have done a long time, they know how to step with us, yeah? Like when I was younger, squad used to run in and jump me. When I got older, I got my name, bruh. Anyway. What's going on? Bill, what's going on? Let's go, let's turn it on. What's happening? And I had to catch him up again. Brownie's with me, ready to go on with it. He goes, 1 second. Can you give us 15 minutes to find out what's going on? I go, let's go. It's a true story. I don't lie. I don't need to lie. They go, come back. They go, Bill, there's someone in the main that's put a blue form on you. I go, who? I go, who's put a blue on me? He goes, look, we can't tell you that. I go, so what's happening? They go, you've come here to get Classoed. Instead, you're going to go to Cessnock and get Classoed straight away from there to get your sleep. Take it easy, my bro. Love you, my bro. I go, yeah, all right. Okay, all right. I got no choice. I said bye to Brownie, this and that. I go to Cessnock. I hate Cessnock. I've got to carry on. From Kempsey to Park Lee with a carry-on. Back then, it used to take a few days to get your whole property. So I'm in a carry-on. You're allowed thongs, you're allowed a few pairs of underwear, a few pairs of socks, shampoo, conditioner, soap, brush, little mirror. Just for a few days to survive. So I wasn't there long enough to get my property. Jump on escort with the same carry-on. Brownie loaded me up with whatever I needed, sick cunt, and I got to Cessnock. I'm at Cessnock for 3 days. They go, you're on escort. I go, where to? They go, Park Lee. I didn't want to kick off at Cessnock because it's far. I go to Park Lee and I'll kick it off. Watch you. What? I go, watch you little. I get back there, put me back at Brownie. He said, you're back. I go, brother, Jandanunikas. He goes, kick back, Bill, let's see what's going on. 3 days later, they come to me again. You're on escort. Where am I on escort to? Cessna. I go nuts. You mother. Squad come. They go, what are you doing back here? I go, brother, someone's playing with me in the system hard. They go, Bill, the system automatically brought you back because you're meant to get class out here. It didn't pick up. And you can't be here because someone's put a bluey on you. A blue form means someone that's a weak little ogday that's scared of you. And they put a form in saying, I fear for my life. And if this person comes here, they're gonna get me. I've got trouble with them. So what happens? They don't send them, you get sent. You're not allowed in that jail no more. And lots of us boys have a lot of blue forms on us. I've pushed the squad, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I found out who it is. Anyway, one day I might come out of it. Anyway, I go, he goes, you're not going. He goes, you're going to stay in the unit, but you're not allowed to go to prayers. Me and Brownie had plans to go to prayers. We found out they go to prayers. It was my own people, and we were going to get them at prayers. Brownie stood with me. They go, you're not allowed to go to prayers. I go, come on, bro. He's locking me down in the unit. He goes, Bill, we're trying to work with you here. We're trying to sort this out. Within 2 days, I got class out. They gave me a C1 Cessna, which is it's a bad C. It was the only C I did back then. C1 Cessna, which is like a Maxo. But I had 6 months to go. So let's go, man. Send my goodbyes to Brownie. And I went. This is the system for you. There's no rest. There is no rest. Big Bill, C1, C1, not C2, not C3. We all know C1, it's not really a C, yeah? I didn't go to a farm, milking cows, no diddy. C1, for those who know what C1 is, it means you just get, instead of getting locked in at 3:30, you get locked in at 5:30. You know? And you get to walk around the jail. You're not just in your unit always. Pinky, bruh.